Gabriel Jesus returns to Palmeiras after being granted leave by Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus has returned to Palmeiras after being granted leave by Arsenal. During the current international break, the striker took the opportunity to use the training facilities at the Academia de Futebol, the very place where he developed as a young talent before moving to Europe. The 28-year-old was seen working on his physical conditioning at the Brazilian club's base while on leave from the Gunners. Jesus remains a beloved figure among the Palmeiras faithful, having been their first major academy sale of the modern era when he joined Manchester City in 2017 for a fee of €32.75 million. While his current focus is on Arsenal's pursuit of trophies, Jesus has openly expressed his attachment to Palmeiras in snow polo, perhaps hinting at a future return. Speaking to Globo-Esporte about his time at the training ground, Gabriel Jesus said, "I've always made sure to be at the training ground during breaks throughout my career. I think you can enjoy many things, spend time with family and loved ones, without neglecting your health and fitness. Everyone knows that Palmeiras is like my home. It's where I grew up, and I always have the doors open to go to the club. There's not much of a secret. Arsenal and Palmeiras have an excellent relationship, and they agreed to let me train here." Success and recovery in the Premier League. Since leaving Brazil, Jesus has established himself as one of the most consistent Brazilian performers in Premier League history. After a successful stint at Manchester City, he moved to Arsenal, where he has become a vital part of Mikel Arteta's attacking unit, despite battling through a serious long-term knee injury suffered in late 2024. In 2026, the forward has rediscovered his clinical edge, recording 4 goals and an assist with an impressive average of a goal contribution every 120 minutes. He is currently on the verge of making history as the highest-scoring Brazilian in Premier League history. His 78 goals put him just behind the record currently held by former Liverpool star Roberto Firmino. Arsenal's crucial run-in awaits. Despite his nostalgic trip to Brazil, the striker is expected back in London next week as Arsenal prepare for a defining period in their season. The Gunners have a packed schedule, starting on April 4th against Southampton in the FA Cup quarter-finals, followed quickly by a Champions League quarter-final first-leg clash against Sporting CP. Several Arsenal players are currently away on international duty, representing their countries. Victor Gyökeres, who scored a great hat-trick for Sweden, is fighting for a place at the World Cup, while Gabriel Martinelli was involved in a friendly with Brazil against France. Gabriel Jesus, however, was not called up by Carlo Ancelotti, which has given him some free time over this international break. Upon his request, Arsenal have permitted him not only to travel back to Brazil, but also to train with another club, Palmeiras. Jesus is currently third choice in attack at Arsenal behind Gyökeres and Kai Havertz. The Brazil international has barely featured in recent weeks, despite showing glimpses of his quality after returning from injury. We don't expect that to change in the coming weeks, which perhaps explains why Arsenal have no issue with his current arrangement. The former Manchester City man has been spotted using Palmeiras training facilities during the break and has spoken openly about the decision. Speaking via Flavio Lotti on X, Jesus said, "It's something I always do during break periods. Everyone knows that Palmeiras is my home, where I grew up, and I always have the doors open to go to the club. Arsenal and Palmeiras have a great relationship and approved my training here." Palmeiras have already been linked with a move to sign Jesus, which is why his return to his old club adds fuel to all the speculation. The striker will enter the final year of his Arsenal contract in July, and all signs point towards a separation before the start of next season. Jesus has also changed agents recently, which further suggests that he is getting ready to move. The report claims that talks have been held with several sides, but it is still unclear where he will end up in a few months' time. As for Arsenal, it will be interesting to see how much money they can make from his sale.